Hello everybody, and dealing with the Mikadono Sisters is A Breeze just dropped its first episode. And we start off with an introduction to the school. This is a school for prodigies, and we very quickly learn that our main character, Yu, is not one of them. Yu's mother was Subaru Ayase, which is known as one of the best actresses the world over, so everyone has very high hopes for him. The royals of the school show up, which are these three girls here, named Kazuki, Nico, and Miwa. Kazuki being the tallest, Miwa being the green-haired girl, Kazuki being the redhead. These are the most impressive students in the school, coming to personally greet Yu Ayase, only to find out that he's completely mediocre with no talent. This is obviously quite the burn, especially after Miwa says that he doesn't actually have a place here in this school. He says he's going to enroll in general education, and they're all confused. They didn't know general education was a thing here. Then we get a flashback of Yu in the past, looking at his mother Subaru. He had practiced trying to learn how to act, and he walked out and saw his mom acting and said, "That is the moment where I realized I was totally amateur and I wasn't good at anything." He says he tried a lot of things. He tried to be great, but everything he tried came out as abject failure in his own eyes. One day, his mother was admitted to the hospital, and they finally got close again after he distanced himself out of fear of her greatness. But unfortunately, she ended up dying in the hospital. Only a little reconnection was made here, and a lot of time was lost with his mother. They reminisced on a series that she acted in where she was the mother of a family, and it seems that both of these two just wanted to be a family together. So her dying wish was that Yu would find a good family. Her being the benefactor of this very rich man named Mikadono has decided to offer him a place to live. He also mentions he has 3 daughters, and those 3 daughters happen to be the Royal 3. Also, their house is a pigsty. So while these 3 girls, Kazuki, Nico, and Miwa, are all roasting Yu for not being able to be good at anything, he cleans the whole house before they even get done roasting him. The next day, he wakes up to find these girls are all going crazy, one smashing things, the other staring at a shogi screen, and one making nutritional breakfast, which looks more like a chemical compound than food. He asks, and Kazuki says, "Oh, if you must know, this is our morning routine. It's the same as brushing your teeth." Like, no, it's not. You guys are actually putting effort into this. Brushing your teeth is nothing. Yu remembers the time where he used to try to make food for his mother, and she would always just ignore it and make her own meals. He said, "Prodigies are always so self-centered. You never know what they think." He once again makes food, and Nico comes out and says, "I'm not eating any of that unbalanced food. I don't care. You don't have all the right ingredients. You don't have all the right vitamins. You have too much of some things and nothing of the others. You know, my body is what I put in it, and I can't be the best if my body isn't the best." Basically proving his former point, prodigies are all just self-centered. He has to admit they're self-centered because they're driven. They have a desire, and they will stop at nothing to attain it. This is all true. It's so true. I think it's something that's not touched on enough when we're discussing most skilled people in the world. That drive, that grit it takes to be one of the greats, it's not something everyone has. And not everyone who has it puts it to work in a good way. Of course, Yu is still dedicated on making this a happy family, as not only he wants it, but it was also his mother's dying wish that he has a happy family. So as all these girls are rushing out and they're in a hurry, he says, "You guys have forgotten something." And they all check and they're looking for something they've forgotten. They didn't forget anything. They simply never experienced this. And Yu comes out to them and says, "You all have a nice day." He screams it even. And they all run away, just like mad at him, saying, "Oh, you're wasting our time." But of course, they all kind of liked it. Even blushing. We then end off this episode with Sir Mikadono calling Yu and saying, "Hey, my girls are all prodigies, and like all prodigies, they're going to go through very hard times. They're going to deal with obstacles they likely don't know how to deal with. So if you want them to open up to you, you have to help them when they go through these horrible times. And you, self-deprecating as usual, says, how am I supposed to help these three gifted sisters? This is the first episode of Dealing with the Mikadono Sisters is a Breeze. I'm looking forward to this one. It's coming off pretty interesting. What do you guys think? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments. Are you guys looking forward to the second episode of this? It kind of reminds me of a reverse We Never Learn, where instead of it's focusing on learning things because these people are skilled, instead it's focusing on the skills that these people have and how to deal with them in life. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and like and subscribe. And of course, until next time, you guys have a blessed day.